So at the University of Pittsburgh, our student government is very focused on helping and assisting student organizations in campus life. I love doing that, and it was just a natural progression.
So we decided to run together as a ticket, and it was a very stressful process.
I really believe that I could take my talents and take my passion for FSU and use that to best represent our students and help our student body continue to grow, the students' influence continue to grow, and make our services and our activities more efficient.
I have always wanted to be involved in kind of the student experience at Wake Forest. I knew very early on that I did not want to have a passive role, but an active role in shaping how students experience their 4 years and what I could learn from my friends at home and my friends at other universities, and how I could bring that to making an even better University of Wake.
You campaign probably for 6 to 8 hours a day for 3 weeks straight, and you get to know the team so well, working with them, and you become so close with them in such a short period of time.
If there's one thing I could recommend to anyone, it's never compromise your friendships for it. And so a lot of people take it seriously, and at the end of the day, it's just you're doing it because you want to help the institution, you want to make it a better place.
I think the most fun part of any campaign is just getting to meet all the new people. Florida State's a huge school, there's 42,000 folks there, and you meet someone new every day, and that's just the most fun part about running for office at FSU.
I learned more about my friendships in the last campaign process than I could have ever expected. My sorority, my friends from my freshman year to people I had just met became advocates, became allies, became friends, and I learned more about what their experiences at Wake Forest were like, so that I became an even better and more well-informed leader.
What I did actually enjoy was speaking to different student groups and going to endorsement meetings. I was a high school debater, and it was very kind of reminiscent of like round after round, but it kind of brings out the best in me when I was kind of sort of forced to elevate or pitch myself. And I really liked that. I liked meeting a lot of different people, and I also sort of enjoyed working with a team of people. I think it's kind of rare that you get to do that for such a long period of time, and I thought it was really kind of fun that we were all working for the same cause. Like, I definitely didn't kind of win the election myself. I mean, I had 12 people sort of working night and day to help me get into office.
Time management for sure, because it hits, our elections are in November, and we run on a calendar year, and it hits right around midterms, and so you have to balance school, social life with campaigning.
I would say the greatest challenge was just the time. You get so caught into it, and you got to do it all the time, and it's important, it's the right thing to do, but it just takes a lot of time, and it's long days, a lot of hours, but it's worth it.
Well, I didn't sleep for a week. Also realizing that you can't answer every problem. College is an unbelievable experience and something that cannot be replicated, and no two people have the same experience. So being a leader that can best understand as many different people's experience has been a challenge, but also incredibly rewarding.
The greatest challenge I would probably say is like kind of fighting existing negative perceptions, like especially as someone that has been on our student government for a while. Like, our student government has like the stereotype of being very inefficient, kind of very internally minded. I'm also like a member of Greek life, and that kind of brings negative perceptions as well. I'm a woman, that also comes along with negative perception. So it's all of these like kind of barriers that you're fighting, and kind of in a classroom setting that doesn't really as much happen because everyone's talking to you, but like when you kind of magnify that, or rather expand that into like a university setting, it just makes it hard to connect with people, and so these perceptions kind of bubble up to the top, and then you get known for things that maybe you're not even responsible for, or you haven't really contributed to. So that's kind of fighting those perceptions, what I think was the hardest.
Find something that you really enjoy doing, even if it's outside of student government, and build up that support network. So when it's time to come, time to run, you can go and actually, recruit people to help you.
To be involved in your community, to be, a public servant, to be just a good citizen, you don't have to run for office. But I think anyone should, and I think anyone can. And I think the most important thing to do is look internally, figure out what you're about, what you can offer, and then make that personal commitment to doing more, doing something greater than yourself to help out your community.
Do it with your whole heart and do it for the right reasons, because it's not easy, and if you're not in it for the right reasons, then you won't get through it. But it's also the best experience of my life and gives me a connection that I will have with Wake Forest for the rest of my life.
Definitely, you have to find a good team. I hate asking people to do things. Like, I very much would rather just do everything myself, but you can't win an election by yourself. So find an amazing team, people that really just want to help you. And I would also say, like, just take a moment at least every night to remove yourself from the campaign. I think a lot of campaigns, you know, it's like advocacy, change, I work for you, and like that's fine, that's all really important stuff, but you want to make yourself look different, kind of highlight things that are unique about yourself, and I always think that's the best way to stand out and win.